Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday, the 4th of August, Gary. Can you believe it? August already? Scary, isn't it?
Time flies when you're having fun.
And we are having fun, Gary, as this market just powers from one high to the next, even though over the last few weeks we have talked about it flattening out. Last weekend, lots of bounce, lots of fun, lots of excitement, lots of new record prices. I've got to tell you, where I was, Gary, it was thumping.
It's been a bit patchy, been very good overall.
How
but
can
it has been a bit
you
patchy.
say it was a bit
because
up?
not every
I've just
result.
given the introduction.
Yeah,
This
but
bouncy,
you're
exuberant
but you're
up.
talking it up. You're talking it
Gary,
up.
we've
It's
just
very good.
Gary,
I'm not saying it's not good.
We've just had 84% clearance rate.
that
We've
is
just sold 15 out of 18
We have.
auctions
Let's get the
against
towers
an
up.
industry clearance rate of 76%.
Yes.
I'm talking the talk and you are just sad sack this morning.
I'm not at all. I'm feeling great, Phil. But I'm just saying that not everything is going through the roof, as
Gary,
it was about
Gary,
3 or 4
Gary,
months ago.
okay, so 100% of things didn't go through the roof, but this weekend was a thumpingly good weekend. So get with the program because clearly the market is back.
Hype there, truth here.
No.
But there's sometimes
hype and
connected.
exuberance here, and just a little bit of melancholy to my left. What did something go wrong for you yesterday or last night?
No, everything's been fine. Thanks very much.
Is everything good? Your
Everything's lovely.
therapy sessions are
I think so.
okay.
No, I think I'm getting good
Maybe
advice
just
there.
adjust the medication. I think just a little bit more to the positive. I think.
Fair enough, I'll do that.
So, Gary, let's talk about the weekend because as much as I am Mr. Exuberance,
Yes.
it was a great weekend
Let's
with
review.
some extraordinary results
Yes.
and some results that are new groundbreaking results.
Well, let's review some of the sales, Philip, right across the board. We start off in Bentley East, Phil, because you're in Mudgdull Street.
Now,
I'm not sure if you
I
pronounced that
have a
right.
confession to make at that auction because I wasn't sure of the pronunciation.
Is it
Now,
Mudgdull?
normally when I welcome people to an auction, I say, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to number 5 Mudgdull Street." Now, the problem there was I wasn't sure how to pronounce it.
Yes,
So
because it's almost a little bit Hungarian, isn't it? Like Mudgdull.
well, exactly.
darling.
So I didn't want to be that guy
Yeah.
in the street that welcomes people to a street where the name's completely wrong. So I said, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to number 5. My name is Philip Kingston."
that
So I
right?
didn't lead with the
Really?
street.
Well, you did lead. You did
Fascinating piece of trivia, that one.
You did lead with a good result, Phil, because we were expecting somewhere around that sort of 8 to maybe 9, but lo and behold, Philip, it sold for in excess of $1 million.
Well, we undisclosed there, are we?
No, we're not. I'm just
Okay.
working up to it, Phil.
Okay.
It sold for $1,070,000.
Gary,
Great result.
the reserve, the vendors had said to me, "Look, at 900 we're delighted. We'll
Yep.
probably sell for less, but if you can get me 900, you don't need to refer the bid." Well, in a split second we were there and it just went on. We had 6 parties bidding for that. And interestingly, viewers, sometimes we can say we had 6 parties bidding for it, but 4 of those 6 might have been at the lower end of the bidding, and it's just a bidding war between 2. This was actually a bidding war of the 6 parties. I reckon 5 of the 6 were right up there for the last $20,000.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
And that's what's happening in Bentley East. We know that to be one of the hottest suburbs
It's
in Melbourne.
just thumping.
It is, isn't it? Bentley East. Enjoy your tea there. I'll just move on to Hammerdale Avenue because I went and saw Jeremy Rosen's auction, this wonderful apartment, Philip. We were expecting to get somewhere in the high 6s where the reserve was. And lo and behold, Mr. Rosen's has sold it for $761,500 to somebody who, a very, very delightful family, a little boy and lovely couple. And they actually said, "Look, there's our house." They showed me from the window where their home was.
Really?
And there was a new market in Alma Road, Philip, a new, like, not farmers market, but like with all food market.
And that's
in
directly
Alma Road.
opposite Fitness First there,
It
isn't
is
it?
just there in that park there every Saturday now, Phil.
Viewers, if you want a bit of an
fixture.
if you want a bit of an investment tip, I'm madly keen on the block bounded by Inkerman up to Dandenong,
Yep.
and from Westbury through to Chapel Street. So if you're looking for an investment, that to me that's Phil's hot pick for this week.
Fantastic, and we're all better for it, Phil. Chapel Street, of course, a great address. This wonderful apartment, this Deco apartment, 89 Chapel Street, Philip. It was sold for $610,000, way above expectation. Again, Jeremy Rosen's doing the business down there in Secura and Bayside, in St Hubers Road, Carnegie.
Well,
Phil.
before we talk about just on Chapel Street, that little pocket that I just talked
Yes.
about, that apartment's essentially in that pocket.
It is.
And that pocket is so great. The sellers of that apartment
Yes.
bought a house literally about 500 metres away in that pocket. They just love it there.
Tightly held. People
It
don't
is.
want to go very far, do they? They don't necessarily want to go to Carnegie, but they should because it's a great suburb.
And that's why we've opened a new office there,
We
viewers,
have, Phil.
because we know it's a growth and exciting area.
And you did an auction there, Philip, with lots of bidding at St Hubert's Road, a great address, sold for $1,415,000.
Interesting, I reckon 4 or 5 years ago, that property would have sold for $800,000 to $900,000.
Yeah.
That's how strong the growth in Carnegie has been.
Well, talking about strong growth, we go to Carlingford Street, Elston, at 3:30. Philip, I came to see that auction.
What a result.
Somebody gave me a call during the week. They said, look, give me the inside running. I've got a client that's interested. There was another agent. And I said, look, I think it's probably going to get over the range. I thought it would be somewhere around that 1 to 1.1, even though the range was a little bit less than that.
Yep.
And I prepared them for that sort of money, thinking I'd done the right thing.
Yep.
Of course, it's gone and sold for $1 million. Well, I can't say, Phil, it's undisclosed.
Okay.
It's many hundreds of thousands of dollars
over the reserve. I must say, I confessed to the people at the auction, we had about 70 people inside there. I'd confessed to the viewers that I'd actually never walked inside that property. I'd obviously seen it online and talked about it with the team. But the minute I arrived there and had a look through, I fell in love, because you've got to love those 60s, 70s properties that are beautifully built, solid brick with some real features and craftsmanship that is just not around anymore, and the staircase there was just incredible.
Many hundreds of thousands of dollars, north of $1 million, we can certainly say that, Phil.
Unbelievable result as well.
I've got a little bit of footage on our Sunday auction here, Phil, in Bamborough Road. Now, that was another unbelievable result. So,
do you actually want to show this footage?
Yeah, let's put it on.
Okay, viewers, look, I've got to tell you, viewers, Gary and I have been friends since we were 12 years of age.
We've taken it a bit too far
We've
this
shared
time.
a lot of things in our journey.
But not that before.
Well, and I don't know, at this auction in Bamborough Road, I was overwhelmed with love for you on Sunday. I don't know what precipitated that rush that I had.
Maybe it's the haircut, Phil. Maybe it's the haircut.
But I saw you in the middle of the auction. You arrived in the middle of the auction. Gary, you appeared like a vision there in front of me, and I just needed to say hello and express my love for you. And here's a little bit of that footage.
Ladies and gentlemen, my partner Gary Peer, what a great guy he is. I love him like the brother I've never had. Always wanted to kiss you publicly. Come on through. Just broke up a little love scene. Thank you.
So Gary, clearly that little love episode engendered warmth and love within the crowd.
It spread through, Phil.
It did. It took off like a fire, that love, because we had a reserve.
Wild bushfire,
We had a reserve there of $1,500,000.
Which was the vendor's
that was their dream price, and we sold it, setting a new price record for Caulfield land dollars per square metre.
$1,934,000.
And that is the equivalent of $2,100 per square metre, which is a new Caulfield price record. Ka-chink! We did it.
And we'll take that result very gladly, and so will everybody in Caulfield who's looking at their block of land just a little bit more favourably now.
Well, everybody woke up Monday morning worth considerably more thanks to you and me, and of course Leon Gusenfitter and his team.
Phil, you wanted to talk a bit about Cranham Street. I think you wanted to mention that.
Yeah.
It was an interesting one because it did get sold on Sunday a few hours after the auction. Aviv Samuel did an awesome job in selling that one for the full asking price. It was passed in. The reserve was 1619, and lo and behold, we sold it for the reserve,
and
1619.
Here's the interesting part to that story, viewers, because it's not often that we get to sell a house twice within a couple of years, but we did sell that house back in August 2013.
Yep.
We sold it for $1,400,000, and if you work that out as an investment, that's a compounding increase of around 7.75% per annum.
That's right.
And that's not making any allowance for rental income.
Yes.
So it just goes to show how strong the market is. A 7.75% compound increase
Which
per
basically went
annum.
up 15% over 2 years, thereabouts. I know that you're looking at it differently,
Well,
but some people like me
look, it's
will
all
say,
about
how much did it go up? And
well,
that is
all, Gary, it's all about investment, isn't it? And it's all about compound investment.
No, it's not
and
all about compound investment, because a lot of people don't think, they just want to know what percentage it went
just
up.
because you don't understand the concept of compound investing.
I understand it's just a stupid measure.
No, it's not. It's the ultimate measure.
No,
it's the measure that
is how much did people's probably go up by over what period of time?
Simple.
This has gone
seriously,
up 15%.
Seriously,
in 2 years.
I take back that whole love episode from Bamborough Road.
Yeah,
if I had my time
wish I could
over again, I'd introduce you as just a simple fool.
15% it's gone up, Philip, over 2 years. That's what people understand.
7.75% compound per annum.
And that's when people look at the paper and they talk about medians, whatever. That's real, isn't it? Because it's not a median, that's a real property like for like.
Get on with it.
We sold 7 out of 7 on Sunday. It was a great day.
It was a great day.
Again, a great weekend, Philip. And
what's coming up this weekend, Gary?
Well, Philip, we've got 16 auctions over 8 different suburbs. We've got this home to talk about. This is
well, I'm going to talk about this home
Well,
now.
go on,
Here
launch
we
into it.
are in Cambridge Street, Caulfield North, which is a favourite position of mine.
Mine too.
Because we are
Love it
literally,
here.
if you buy this home, you're getting 4 suburbs for the price of 1, because whilst our address is Caulfield North, we can walk across Dandenong Road and be in Armidale, or we can walk diagonally across Dandenong Road and be in Paran East, or we can cross Orrong Road and be in St Kilda East. So 4 of Melbourne's bluest of blue chip suburbs for the price of 1.
And there's a reason we set our office up right here, isn't it, Phil?
So that we
Because
could encompass all of those 4 suburbs. Now, I've got to tell you, Gary,
and we never moved from that strip.
the owners designed and built this house, and clearly they've got a strong design and architectural interest.
And good taste, Phil.
Because
Great
this
taste.
house is an absolute
Not just in agents.
knockout. It feels brand new, this house, Gary. There's hardly a chip or scratch. But the attention to detail here is second to none. I love the entertainment zone. It takes full advantage of the north-facing light, and that lap pool is nothing short of sensational.
All north,
It's got a minimalist and a Japanese aesthetic to it, Gary. But this is a house that whether you're 2 people or 5 people or entertaining for 50, this house works brilliantly well. So I think we've got everything. We've got position, we've got luxury, we've got architectural design.
Great street.
We've just
It's improving all the time.
This is a property that you just walk into and get on with your life right from day one. This is as good as it gets, I reckon.
Just started on the weekend, Philip. All the auction details, of course, on the screen. And we look
Speaking of
forward
that, we started
Who's been involved
started
here?
on the weekend. This is
Darren?
Darren Krongold and the team.
Yep.
But we started on the weekend, and the feedback here, we had a lot of people go through.
and they loved it.
Get online, have a look at the video tour. I apologise for the fact that I had a terrible flu when I did it, and I don't think that I looked my best, but you know, I managed to pull it off. But this
Main
is
thing
a great
Philip,
property.
The property looks great. No one really cares about you that much. So that's a wonderful thing. We're looking forward to seeing you here.
Okay, so it's
in
not
Cambridge-
about me, it's about the property.
In
I get that.
Cambridge Street. What a great address and great position, Phil. And as I said, we did open our office up. It'll be 30 years next year, by the way.
30 years,
It will be
geez,
30
and let me
bloody
tell you,
years
you're
long.
clearly showing those 30
Not at all.
years.
30. Someone asked me the other day if we're the same age, and of course, I asked them the ultimate question. You know, who do you think is older?
They asked you, are we the same age, thinking that I might have been significantly younger. I mean, it's quite completely
I
obvious,
asked them the
Gary.
question, Phil. I
Viewers,
said,
if you
who do you think
if you
was
want to
younger?
have a bit of a vote as to who looks younger, send in your tip to ideas at
You don't wanna hear it.
garypeer.com.au.
You don't want that
because
answer.
if you overwhelmingly vote for me as the younger one, I will take you out for a night at
Bribing.
one of my favourite restaurants, take you to the movies after that, have you picked up in a car.
Yeah, you'll have to do a lot more than that for
Ideas
people
at
to sell their soul and lie.
garypeer.com.au.
Anyway, I asked them the question. We know what the answer was, even with all the work you've had.
You
So
clearly look
let's
older.
move-
I
let's
might have
move
had
on.
some work, but clearly you're
move
the one
on.
in need of it.
Let's move
And there
on.
is nothing wrong with cosmetic surgery.
16 auctions coming up. We're not going to wait for the weekend, Phil, because we've got this wonderful commercial property in Neeram Road, Murrumbina. Graham Callan's bringing it to the market on Thursday, and he's auctioning it. Tell us about
Gary,
this one,
well,
Phil.
that's a great opportunity to get into the market as a commercial property, and that is right in the heart of a vibrant shopping precinct.
I love it in Brighton East. We're doing so much good work there, and we've got this property coming up on Saturday morning, Philip. You're doing the auction, Centre Road. Take us through this one. It goes up at 10:30 a.m.
Gary, as apartments go, it doesn't get any more glamorous than this. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a car space. Good, strong, clean architectural lines there, and obviously move straight in there and not spend a cent. Beautiful floor plan.
We love Lansdowne, Philip. It's around the corner from where our office and where we're situated at the moment. Our first auction on Saturday there, Jeremy Rosen's auctions at 10:30 a.m. Take us through this wonderful 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space apartment.
Gary, I'm a big fan of that location. Obviously walking distance to the Armour Village, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. And keep in mind, investors, one of the things that tenants look for, they like to be able to walk to shops and public transport, and the Armour Village on your doorstep, as is the tram at Dandenong Road, ticks a lot of investment boxes.
Now, I love Elwood, Philip. It's one of my favourite suburbs. It's been identified as the #1 investment place in Australia, Phil.
That's
not just
amazing,
Melbourne.
isn't it? Well, it
It
doesn't
is.
really surprise us because
No.
it's a vibrant beachside suburb.
It is, Phil, and in Coleridge Street, which is one of those beautiful leafy avenues in Elwood, there is a small block of apartments, and we're auctioning a large apartment in a small block, Philip.
A large
that is-
apartment in a small block,
is-
not a small
Well, it's got a
apartment in a large block.
No, you don't want one of those.
Well,
It's
you
a-
do if we're selling one, but
Well, you do,
better
but
to get a large
This
one.
one's
than a
got
small block.
off-street park. It's got security, Philip. It's on the first floor. It's got a lovely balcony, a great floor plan. That's apartment 5 at 7A Coleridge Street, Elwood, in a block called Coleridge Close. I'm auctioning that one personally at 11:30am. Joel Sir's been handling it, and if you haven't seen it yet, come down and have a look at it because
Okay, I
it's a
think
terrific
you've
property.
given that more than enough of a rap, Gary. Let's
Philip,
move on.
11:30 Robinson Street in Brighton East is a wonderful home. I'd like to do what I've done to you in previous weeks and get you to talk it right through and then laugh at you later saying that we've sold it, but we won't.
Okay, we have sold this property prior to auction, but a special shout out to Arlene Joffe,
Yes.
who that's been her flagship, one of her flagship listings.
It has.
And as much as she would have loved to take that through to auction,
Yes.
we did have a great buyer on that.
We did.
And we've sold it before auction. And viewers, you might be interested to know that at Gary Peer & Associates, all of our properties are available to buy prior to auction.
Well, most of them are,
Most
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
And we would sell probably, what, 10 to 15% prior to
Well, we
auction?
sold 6 last week prior to auction, so it was a busy weekend.
Okay.
A busy week, it's happening.
That's a much higher statistic
it is.
than I was going with, but on
is.
average it's about 15%.
About 15%. That one sold, Philip. The price is disclosed, $2,280,000. Narrawong Road, Phil, you're doing the auction there. Leon's meeting you.
And I'm looking forward to that,
That's a
Gary,
great spot, isn't it?
because Narrawong Road is one of the best roads of Caulfield South. That's 603 square metres of prime
block of
Caulfield South land with a 15.2 metre frontage. A very good livable and lettable home, but I think most of the interest has been from people looking to either build a single luxury home or 2 townhouses subject to council approval.
Philip, we go from Caulfield South to Malvern East at 12:30. Jeremy Rosen's auctions this apartment for Glen Bricker.
We're doing a
Great
lot
spot.
these days in Malvern and
We are.
Glen Iris.
We're loving it, yeah.
And we are, Gary, and that's a good 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1-car space apartment. Put that into your superannuation fund, your self-managed super fund, or of course buy it to live in and have some fun.
Wooraan Road, we're there on Saturday at 1:30. Philip, you're doing this auction, and it is your last auction for Saturday. We're going to finish a little bit earlier.
Gary,
This is a
some
beauty.
interesting trivia about this property. It goes without saying that it's a great property, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a lock-up garage. And it's a beautiful property, and Wooraan Road is well sought after.
It is.
But the interesting trivia is on Friday of this week, I'm taking a school group through
good.
that property. And the viewers might be interested to know that we have a strong, well, I'm sure you don't, I'm sure you expect this of us, but we have a strong community focus and we do a lot with a lot of the local schools, and I'm taking a school group there as part of an education about real estate.
Yes.
Now, to be a real estate agent, what sort of qualifications do you need? Essentially,
You need to fail everything.
you need to be fast and quick-witted, but you do need to get significantly bad grades at VCE. Those people that have generally got VCE grades that are, you know, strong numbers.
Like a pass.
Yeah, like a pass. Generally not suited to real estate.
No.
This is an industry where you work hard, but you need to be academically challenged, like you are, Gary.
10:35 Glartley Road, Elwood. Philip, that one goes up for auction at 1:30pm. You won't let me forget he got two points higher in his VCE than me, by the way.
And just as an interesting
And they were
trivia,
both shocking
the
scores.
2 worst results ever recorded in VCE.
about.
Gary got the lowest, but I did beat him 2 marks. And I've got to tell you, 2 marks as a percentage of the mark we got is actually, quite significant.
Qualified you for medicine, yeah.
Just goes to show that hard work, energy, passion, commitments
overcomes stupidity.
overcomes stupidity every time.
Philip, we're in Elwood again, 1:30pm. Jeremy Rosen's auctioning this apartment. It's a ripper.
How much do we love Elwood? 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That's a great opportunity to get into the market.
To think you can buy an
Good
Elwood
buying there.
something with a 2 in front of it, Philip, that's great value. And
Yep.
the price range, it's becoming extinct.
It is. It is.
Philip, another thing that's extinct is the amount of offerings that are in Matlock Court, because nothing ever comes up there. It's a great address, and this is a terrific looking home. It's coming up in Matlock Court at 10:30am on Sunday. A Raffy Joffe handles you auction. Take us through this.
Gary,
property.
firstly, Matlock Court runs off Dandenong Road, just between Hawthorne Road and Kooyong
No
Road.
one knows it. It's a little.
I know. Well, I
little
mean,
secret.
unless you visited somebody there,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know about it
No.
because it's a really tightly held court. But a great position because you've got the tram at your front door.
And they used to have their own police department, didn't they?
Matlock. you
Yeah,
know,
Matlock Police.
Matlock
remember?
Police.
They have their own police
you
department just for
know,
that street.
Viewers, that show came out when television was first invented.
It's in black and white, I think. Yeah.
And the Peer household, I think, always had the television on.
There's a few oldies that will remember Matlock Police.
24/7.
Yeah.
Matlock Police has nothing to do with that stupid show, but it is a great court, and this is a lovely house. I went through it the other day. 4 or 5
home.
bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, plenty of car parking, undercover security gates at the front. I love that house, but I'm crazy about that position. I love it.
You and I both, Philip, and I'll be round the corner Also in Caulfield North, auctioning at the same time, 10:30 in Sebastopol Street, a very affordable apartment. I think they're talking about somewhere in the low to mid fours, which I didn't think you could buy a flat for that.
Viewers, this is I reckon this is buy of the week.
Yeah,
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 undercover car space. These apartments are larger than the average, and you know that's a great position because you can walk to the tram in Balaclava Road, Caulfield Park, and of course L'Amour's just down the road, where if you buy a schnitzel on Monday, they are so big you'll still be eating it on Friday. They're great schnitzels
now,
too.
Just when you
bit of a shout out there for L'Amour's, just best schnitzel on the planet.
Just when you thought you couldn't get an apartment any cheaper than 4 to 440, we've got this one in Carlisle Street also on Sunday, Philip. I'm auctioning this apartment at 11:30 in Carlisle Street, right in the buzz and hum. Price range 380 to 420.
Okay, special shout out. When I talk about Carlisle Street, I like to do a special shout out to the team at Los Chicos, which is my favourite cafe in Carlisle Street. I have breakfast, lunch, and soon to have dinner there because they're doing a major renovation to their existing premises. So a special shout out to them. That will cost you a couple of lunches, guys. But when you live in Carlisle Street, it's all about the food and the amenity. Tram at your doorstep, best shopping centre in Melbourne on your doorstep, and you have the tram and the train. If you buy anything around that area, in my opinion, you're on your way to capital appreciation.
One of the best things about Cambridge Street, Philip, is the neighbouring streets, and Lucan Street is one of the prestige streets in the neighbourhood, Philip. And number 8 Lucan Street, lucky number 8, goes up on Sunday. You're going to be doing that auction, Phil, at 11:30 a.m. Glenn Brick has been involved. This is a great looking property, Phil, and I think it's very affordable and it's a recommended buy.
Gary, as we talked about, when we talked about Cambridge Street, we talked about the location. Well, obviously Lucan Street is within that same block. We love Lucan Street, and we love this house, 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathroom, off-street car parking. You just don't need a car though when you live in Lucan Street, particularly as there's a new supermarket, new Woolworths coming to the corner of Lucan Street and Orong Road.
They're saying it's Woolworths.
I personally believe that when that project's finished, properties in this precinct are going to go up quite dramatically because amenity is everything in a real estate.
And a big shout out to the vendor, Lucan Street.
Somebody that we know very well. Lovely couple, and we like them a lot.
Ones,
and hopefully we'll get a great result for them. And I'm sure we will because it's a great property.
Absolutely, Phil. Now, no need to have a tantrum, Philip. I know you do from time to time, and this is probably a good place to have it because it's in Tantrum Avenue. It's a great name. I wonder who named Tantrum Avenue. It was someone very angry, but there's nothing to be angry about if you live here, Phil.
Well, there's something to be angry about if you miss this property,
Gary.
You
could really have a tantrum. Number 5 Tantrum Avenue is secure to Reese, Philip. Another beautiful little street. Lovely tree-lined avenue, Phil. Take us through this one.
Okay, Gary. Well, if you live in Tantrum Avenue, once again, we talk about lifestyle. It's all about going for breakfast and lunch at Glover Station, round the corner in Glen Ira Road.
My son lived there Sunday, said it was wonderful.
Oh, it's just jumping. Yep. And of course, you can walk to the Glen Ira Village or Glen Huntley Road. So once again, public transport on your doorstep and cafe lifestyle on your doorstep.
Bedrooms it's got?
Gary, this has got the most fantastic floor plan. This is a house you can move straight into and not do a thing. You could also add some value to it. It's on a wonderful parcel of land, so you've obviously got development potential there. Subject to council approval, I say that again. 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking. It's an interesting house because you walk inside this house and it's so easy to fall in love. They've done a great job with it.
Phil, we look forward to seeing you do your stuff there. And the old famous song, Phil, I can't remember who recorded it, called Tell Laura I Love Her. It was a great song. And you can tell...
I'm not sure it was a great song,
okay, it was
Gary.
a good song. It's an old one, Phil, but you can tell Laura Street that you love her and buy Unit 2 at 3 Laura Street.
And I will, Gary. In fact, maybe I'll sing a few bars as I launch into the open of that auction. That's a really good villa home, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a lock-up garage. And that's got everything, all of the stone bench tops and the stainless steel appliances. It's the one with the lot.
And we haven't given out any tickets yet, but I reckon 5 double sets of tickets for the Classic Cinema for the first 5 people that come in and say, who recorded and released Tell Laura I Love Her.
All right, there we are. Bit of a challenge. What did we say? Just so everybody knows, it was 5 double passes.
Double passes to the Classic Cinema.
The Classic Cinema. A shout out to the Classic Cinema. Yes. We love the Classic. And by the way, Gary, speaking of the Classic, went to the Lido Cinema the other night.
Is that the one in Hawthorne?
And that's the owners of the Classic.
Eddie's opened.
Eddie and Lindy have opened the Lido. And if you're out in the Hawthorne area or just want to go to Hawthorne, go to the Lido because they've done a sensational job. In fact, they've opened a cabaret bar. They're a little jazz club.
Is that right?
Which I put my head head in the door the other day. Nothing
you
was happening there.
performing
No, but think about jazz. We should get out more and go and listen to
You
some
don't
jazz.
see enough jazz in cinemas these days, Phil. as
No,
far
you
as I'm
don't.
concerned.
You don't.
It's about time we had one. Phil, we finish off on Sunday. It's a long episode, I know, but we're finishing off at 22. Thanks for sticking with us. 22 of Roona Road in Caulfield North. It was worth the wait just to talk about this property because this is a showpiece. Phil.
Los Angeles hits Bel Air or Bellevue, Bel Air or Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills. Not Bellevue Hill, that's in Sydney.
That's right,
Also
or Bellevue Hill. Hits Caulfield North at 22 Aruna Road. This is a stunning house on a massive parcel of land. In fact, I think this is one of the biggest parcels of land in Caulfield North.
Could it be the best offering this year?
I think it is. I think it is, Gary.
Yeah.
That is a stunning home.
Caulfield?
This is a home that you really do feel like you're in a mansion in Los Angeles.
palatial, isn't it?
Because it's beautiful. Having said that, it's still got an intimate feeling to it.
Yes.
Beautiful swimming pool, all of the bedrooms you want. Beautiful construction. The owner tells me it's triple brick. Now, obviously, I haven't chiseled through the wall to establish that.
But you can. There's the auctions on the weekend. You've still got time.
So, but this is a solid, big, glamorous house where they've done some beautiful things to it, and you just feel like you're glamorous. Even you, Gary, would look glamorous in that house.
I'll take that as a compliment, Phil. And that is a big wrap.
No,
of a
I'd take
big
that
week.
as an insult, actually.
No, I'm not going to. I choose.
Only you could turn an insult into a compliment.
I'm good at doing that. That is a big week at GPTV and big week of offerings. So there's a lot happening. August, unseasonably busy, active and exciting, Phil.
Yep.
So
I'm excited
even
about
though I
August.
think prices have settled a little bit, yes, there's excitement out there, there's exciting offerings, and there are some properties that are still selling way beyond expectation, Phil. And if you're a vendor selling with us, we wish you that outcome. In the meantime, we'll keep you abreast and informed of all real estate news.
That was the longest wrap.
My name's
Thanks
Gary
for watching GPTV. I'm Philip Kingston. Have a
now.
great week.